Mwalimu alitolewa kwa nyumba yake na kupigwa marisasi kinyama. Chifu wa eneo hili pia amepigwa risasi, ameuawa usiku wa kuamkia leo.
Security. We need to be protected as teachers. TSC, please do something.
2 people, including a local chief and a primary school teacher, have been killed in a suspected terror attack in Hulongo Sub-County, Garissa County.
We have agreed that this broad-based has worked. So what we have agreed with the leadership of ODM, that let us explore the option and the opportunity of having a coalition going into the next election.
President William Ruto defends ongoing coalition talks between UDA and ODM, stating that unity between the two political blocs could secure a decisive victory in the 2027 general elections. And 15 students injured after fire gutted 3 dormitories at Matungulu Boys Secondary School in Machakos County. Right, we're live on Facebook and as well as on YouTube, and you can as well send us your feedback through our SMS line, that is 23059. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Laura Mondi. My name is Macharia, and EBN Prime Edition starts now. And the National Council of Churches of Kenya, that is NCCK, has strongly condemned the disruption of a worship service at Anglican Church of Kenya, that is ACK Witima Parish in Othaya, Nyeri County, where former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was tear-gassed and his vehicles vandalized. In a statement seen by EBN TV, the NCCK described the incident as a deliberate, unwarranted and unprovoked attack on worshippers, saying the use of tear gas inside a place of worship was illegal, unconstitutional, and a direct assault on the church of its freedoms. Now, the council revealed that the Othaya incident is not isolated, listing at least 9 other cases where police officers and goons allegedly disrupted church services across the country, raising concerns of a worrying pattern of intimidation against religious institutions. Now, NCCK now wants an unqualified apology from the Minister of Interior and the Inspector General of Police, that is Douglas Kanja, and the church and religious community in Kenya. Number 2, speedy interdiction, investigation and prosecution of all police officers involved in the attack on churches during worship services. Right, at the same time, former Interior Cabinet Secretary, that is, and the Jubilee Party Deputy Leader, that is Dr. Fred Matiang'i, has strongly condemned the violent disruption of a church service at Witima ACK Church in Othaya, Nyeri County, describing the incident as a dangerous assault on democracy and human rights. The chaos erupted on Sunday when worshippers, including former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, was reportedly met with tear gas and live ammunition inside the church compound, forcing congregants to flee in panic. The incident has sparked widespread outrage and renewed concerns over the use of state security in politically sensitive situations. In a statement, Matiang'i termed the attack as a grave desecration of the desecration of our sacred place of worship and a blatant violation of constitutional freedoms. Take a look.
Inaonekana wazi kuna mtindo ambao mimi leo nataka kuzungumza wazi. Yes. Ni mtindo ambao unapangwa na serikali kwa kuangaisha viongozi wa upinzani, wa kuangaisha wale ambao hawaelewani nao. Huwezi kuwa na kitendo kama kile tuliona jana kule Othaya without county security team ya Nyeri kujua ni nini ilikuwa inafanyika, kwa sababu National Intelligence Service officers wako mpaka kwa sub county. Kukiwa na kiongozi wa upinzani kama Mheshimiwa Gachagua anaenda kwa mkutano mahali 2-3 days mbele ya hiyo, wakuu wa usalama wa hiyo area wanajua kwamba kutafanyika mkutano wa aina hii hapa, na viongozi ambao watakuwa hapa ni akina nani na akina nani watakuwa na hayo maneno yote. Inawezekanaje basi kwa mkutano kama huo watu waingie pale waanze kutupatia kazi kwa kanisa na kuna serikali? Lazima walipata nafasi, walikuwa na habari mbeleni kwamba Mheshimiwa Gachagua atakuwa huko, ataabudu hapo. Saa hii nikisema wiki ijayo nitaenda kufanya misa Kisumu Central, for example. What happened yesterday in Othaya Nyeri is very shameful, honestly. It's unthinkable that young kids who woke up in the morning to go to Sunday school would be tear-gassed in the manner in which they are tear-gassed without cause. There is no crime they had committed. They were not in the wrong place. They were in the place they wanted to be in at that particular time. Poor old women running around, away from tear gas and harassment is very, very shameful. And I've often said, for our political leaders, don't listen so much to the words they tell you, especially the ones in government. Look at their actions. Because how would a confident government do that? Because a government that's confident and has no problem with its population, with its people, why would they allow that kind of thing to happen? Okay, fine. Now, with tremendous respect, and I am happy myself that the senior leaders of government, including His Excellency the Deputy President, whom I have a lot of respect for, and the Minister for Interior, have said agree with us that what happened is shameful and it's something that ought not to happen. Now, let's move to action. Let's see whether action will be taken and so on. Because that is what is going to tell us the sincerity or genuineness of this. Let's see what's going on.
Right now, let's talk matters politics. And President William Ruto has defended ongoing coalition talks between the United Democratic Alliance, that is UDA, and the Orange Democratic Movement, that is ODM, stating that unity between the two political blocs could secure a decisive victory in the 2027 general elections. Now, speaking during a UDA National Governing Council meeting at State House, Nairobi, President William Ruto assured party members that their interest will be safeguarded as negotiations with ODM continue.
As you are aware, we have also, as we talk today, we have a broad-based government arrangement. Si ni kweli? Tulikuwa na matatizo, makelele, fujo, maandamano. Tukasema, in every challenge, there is a silver lining. And there is an opportunity if you look carefully. So in that challenge that we were undergoing, instead of focusing on the challenge, we decided to create an opportunity out of it. Today we have a broad-based government with our friends, the ODM party, and we have agreed that this broad-based has worked. Has it worked or has it not? And it is said, if it is working, don't fix it. Sindio? So what we have agreed with the leadership of ODM, that let us explore the option and the opportunity of having a coalition going into the next election. And it is because we want to broaden our base. Listen to me, guys. This election in Akuja, we want to win by a margin of between 2 and 3 million. Mnanisikia? Wacha nirudie. This election, the last election, we won by a margin of 200,000. 200,000. This election, we must win by a margin of 2 to 3 million. Ndio tuunganishe Kenya, tutembee pamoja. And I am very clear in my mind, there is a reason, there is justification for us to consolidate the country into one. Listen to me. The position where I sit, there is enough for every Kenyan. One does not need to miss for the other one to get. There is an opportunity for all of us to fit in one government. And therefore, I have no doubt in my mind that we have what it takes, not just to win the next election, but to win it resoundingly so that we can drive our transformation agenda into the future.
All right, moving on to some sad stories. 2 people, including a local chief and a primary school teacher, have been killed in a suspected terror attack in Hulongo sub-county, that is in Garissa County, triggering a major security operation in the region. Area Chief Abdi Fatar Ghani and her Hulongo Primary School teacher Stephen Musili were fatally shot in a brutal overnight assault that authorities believe was carried out by suspected terrorists. And according to initial reports, the attackers first targeted the chief Ghani, shooting him dead before setting his vehicle on fire in what police describe as a coordinated and deliberate attack. The assailants then moved to a nearby residence where they opened a fire on Mr. Musili, killing him outside his home. But the killings were sent shockwaves through the local community, with residents expressing fear and outrage over the growing insecurity in the area.
Hatujui leo feo tumesimama hivi tutalala wapi, kwa sababu mwalimu alitolewa kwa nyumba yake na kupigwa marisasi kinyama. Chifu wa eneo hili pia amepigwa risasi, ameuawa usiku wa kuamkia leo. Sasa sisi tunaomba security officers na tume ya kuajiri walimu TSC ishughulikie matakwa yetu na itupeleke mahali salama, itoe huku leo.
We need security. We need to be protected as teachers. TSC, please do something. Kwa sababu we will work on it. Tutaenda huko kwa TSC offices, hata kama tutacamp huko, we get justice.
Right, quite unfortunate story right there. Now moving on to matters education, and Education Cabinet Secretary, that is Julius Migos Ogamba, has called on schools principals across the country to maximize available resources to ensure that no learner is left behind in the transition to grade 10. Now speaking during a roundtable meeting on education financing in Nairobi, CS Migos Ogamba highlighted that the government has already released 50% of the capitation for the 2026 academic year, a move aimed at helping schools manage operational challenges while supporting needy learners. Education stakeholders at the meeting welcomed the update, noting that timely funding and strong school leadership are crucial in achieving a seamless transition for learners. CS Migos urged schools to be innovative and resourceful in ensuring all students, regardless of their background, access quality secondary school education.
So if, for example, you have admitted 700 students and then you have 4 or 5 who have not paid fees or who do not have school uniforms, these 5 or 4 cannot make it impossible for you to run the school. So the principals need to support the directive of the government, and we are working with the TSC. And from today, data is being collected in the field. Should we find any principal who has returned a child home on the reason of them not having school fees or of them not having school uniform, action will be taken through the employer, the TSC, including dismissal from their
Right, still on matters education, President William Ruto has announced an agreement between the national government and the county governments on the distribution of bursaries for students from underprivileged families. Speaking at State House Nairobi on Monday, President William Ruto emphasized that while the responsibility of providing bursaries lies with the national government, there is a need to involve counties in ensuring equitable distribution at the grassroots level. But the announcement comes as Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migos Ogamba continues to caution schools principals against violating the President's directive to allow all grade 10 students to enroll, even if they have not paid school fees. CS Migos reiterated that no learner should be locked out of senior school due to financial constraints.
We had a meeting with the Comptroller of Budget because that was the problem. We had a meeting with the Comptroller of Budget, and between the county governments, we were in a meeting with the governors and the national government. There was a requirement that the national government, because it is a function of the national government, that we have an agreement with the county governments. We have since signed agreements. The chair of education, how far are we? Just give him the mic.
We have finished the signing.
Yes.
And we have done everything.
For all the counties?
For all the counties, Your Excellency.
Very good.
It's just the control of budget we are waiting.
Now, what was required between the national government and the county government, we have completed. Now it is for the controller of budget to release money for counties to be able to carry out the function of making sure that no child in Kenya is left behind or does not go to school. You will disburse bursaries. And we also want to make it a resolution of this council that we have resolved that now the process of bursaries be actualized as the agreement between the national and county government has been concluded. Are we together?
Right, at the same time, Collins Oyo, Secretary General of the Kenya National Union of Teachers, that is NAT, has officially announced that teachers are likely to remain supportive of President William Ruto in the upcoming general election. Speaking during the NAT Nandi branch leadership election, Oyo indicated that the teachers union may back the president again, citing Ruto's genuine commitment to addressing challenges affecting educators across the country.
I want to sincerely thank His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya. Sisi kama walimu tunampa kongole for the review of the CBA cycle. Then number 2, you know that promotion of teachers in this republic have taken another twist because every other teacher, as we speak here, has stagnated in one grade for quite a number of years. We made a request to the President. Instead of the 1 billion that promotes about 25,000 teachers, the President directed that an additional 1 billion be put in place to promote, instead of 25,000 teachers, promote 50,000 teachers. And that is where we are. So who are you not to say thank you? As a union, we are saying thank you to the President. Kenya Kwanza government, in the education charter, promised to employ 116,000 teachers in 2 years. As I speak now, ladies and gentlemen, President Ruto government has employed 100,000 teachers. Is that not a credit? Hiyo nikisema 10 bila break nimekosa nini? Nimekosa nini?
Now, at least 15 students were injured after fire gutted 3 dormitories at Machungulu Boys Secondary School in Machakos County early Monday morning, leaving over 300 students displaced and destroying personal belongings, including books and study materials. Authorities from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, that is the DCI, have launched an inquiry to determine the cause of the fire, while officials work to investigate the incident. Parents, however, have expressed concern over the rising cases of school fires, linking them to declining morals, drug abuse, and indiscipline among students.
Hii ni mambo ya indiscipline. Tunaomba tafadhali wazazi, mimi nikiwa kiongozi wenu, ongeeni na vijana wenu, ongeeni na wasichana wenu, wakienda shule wawe na discipline, wa maintain discipline. Walienda hapo kusoma, walienda hapo kutafuta their future. Waachane na maneno ya drugs, waachane na maneno ya kusema ati we want our right.
Tungeomba wazazi waongee na watoto wao. Hii mambo ya kuchoma shule iishe. Nimeangalia nikaona dormitories imechomeka mpaka chini. Hasara ile imekuwa ni hasara kubwa sana. Hata sijui kama sisi wazazi tutaweza lipia hiyo ni hasara.
Now, leaders in Rabai have called on parents to collaborate in ensuring their children receive quality education, emphasizing the role of community involvement in meeting school fees. Led by Rabai Member of Parliament Anthony Kenga, the leaders highlighted that education challenges can be overcome if parents work together with the national government constituencies development fund, that is NGCDF, to pay school fees. Speaking at Shika Dabu, let's take that again. Speaking at Shika Dabu during the disbursement of bursaries checks to over 2,500 grade 10 students, Kenga revealed that a total of 46 million Kenya shillings had been allocated for school fees, with 16 million set aside for incoming grade 10 students.
Na wengi wao ni nyinyi ambao mnasikiza wengine. Watoto walikwenda grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. Na tukao tunaambia fanyeni bidii wanangu, mkipita mtoto atawasomesha. Mlikuwa mnapatia moyo, soma kwa bidii mwanangu. Soma kwa bidii mwanangu. Ukipita utaenda mbele. Tulikuwa tunaambia hivyo. Watoto wetu wakapita. Mbele hawaendi.
Huu wa fedha wa 2025-2026 financial year tunaenda kutumia milioni 46. Na sisi kama tulivyosema, wale watoto wote ambao wanaenda grade 10 tumehakikisha kwamba tumetenga milioni 16, na tukasema hakuna mtoto hata mmoja atakosa hii pesa ya basari, na ndio maana leo tunapeana hapa. Mimi niwaombe, Rais alitoa agizo juzi, niwaambie nisiwaambie, akasema kwamba hataki kusikia kuna mtoto hata mmoja amebaki nyumbani. Mtoto umepata school fee, unayo, aende shule. Hana mzazi una school fee, mtoto ende wapi? Yeye ametoa agizo kuhakikisha kwamba watoto wetu wanasoma, na wewe leo mzazi uweke mtoto nyumbani, itakuwa ni makosa. Ungoje mpaka assistant chief na chifu aja kubumburushe nyumbani, hiyo itakuwa ni makosa. Ni kweli si kweli? Ni kweli si kweli? Rais wetu apewe muhula wa pili, asipewe?
Right, moving on, a major 1 billion Kenya shillings irrigation canal project in Mutithi Ward, Moya's constituency, is set to significantly boost rice production and enhance food security in Kenya by expanding the Moya irrigation scheme by 10,000 acres. Now, the project being implemented by the National Irrigation Authority through 3 contractors is expected to be completed by August this year. Once finished, it will increase the total irrigated land in the Moya scheme to more than 31,000 acres, strengthening one of the country's most important rice producing regions. Now, Kevin Chabukosi files the story.
A 1 billion irrigation canal in Muthithi Ward, Moya constituency, the project being implemented by National Irrigation Authority, aims to expand the area under rice cultivation and strengthens Kenyans' food security. Once completed, the canal will add an estimate of 10,000 acres to Moya irrigation scheme, which currently spans over 31,000 acres. Farmers from areas such as Ngunga and Kumbiri, who have faced water shortages, are expected to benefit from state flow of water to their farms. Farmers in Mutithi are optimistic that the project will unlock the potentials of their area. Peter Shige, chairperson of Moya irrigation schemes, says the expansion will not only increase rice production locally, but also will help to reduce the national rice deficit, which currently stands at 700,000 metric tons.
Project iko sawa kwa sababu ni pesa zinakuja kwa scheme, na zikiendelea kupanua scheme yetu na kutuletea ile mambo mkulima anataka, sisi tuko tayari kulima mara 3 mara 4 ili wale ambao wanaleta mchele kutoka nje sisi tuweze kujilisha sisi kama scheme na Kenya kwa jumla.
Mimi pia ni mkulima wa mpunga, na kuna huu mradi ambao ulianzishwa na serikali, na huu mradi ni wa manufaa hasa kwa wakulima wa mchele, sababu huu mradi utaongeza maji, na maji yatakapoongezeka kutakuwa na upanuzi wa ukulima wa mpunga, na wale wakulima watafaidika. Pia kutakuwa na ongezeko la mashamba ya mpunga, na hilo ongezeko litasaidia wale ambao wanakomboa na wale ambao ni wenye mashamba.
The Mutithi Canal project, supported by water from Thimba Dam, is set to completion by August this year, alongside other improvements like rehabilitation of K3 feeder canal is expected to improve livelihoods in Kirinyaga and transform Moya town.
Kipisa fanyiwa hiyo lining mapate maji watafanya haraka sana. Na hiyo mpunga haitakuwa watu wanaketi Nairobi wanasema watu wanataka mchele. Mchele itapatikana tu hapa kwa vile wakulima wako tayari kufanya kazi.
Kevin Chebukuz, EBN TV.
All right, thank you, Kevin Chebukosi, for that particular report. Moving on, economic and tourism activities in Jomvu constituency are set to receive a major boost following the construction of a new ecotourism hotel at Ganahola, Jomvu by the community-based organization Big Ship. Now, the modern designed hotel built within the mangrove ecosystem is expected to become a key tourist attraction given its strategic location along a popular water route linking Tudo Sports Club and the Ganahola area. Leaders say that The project will not only promote environmental tourism but also open up new income streams for the local community.
Project ya Big Ship ambayo imekuwa funded na World Bank through KEMSFED, na nataka kuchukua fursa hii kusema kwa mpaka saizi wanafanya component ya kwanza restaurant, kuna ablution block, kuna multipurpose hall na vile vile iko ya 4 ambayo ni library. Na hizi component zote zitaweza kutusaidia na kupanua hii sehemu. Mimi nataka kusema kuwa hapa pata provide kazi direct kama watoto 50. Tukiangalia something is better than nothing. Leo hata watoto wawili, ikiwa watoto wako 10 lakini ukiondoa wawili si 10 tena ni 8. Kwa hivyo hivi sasa watoto ambao watakuwa wako ama kufanya kazi hapa watakuwa takribani 50 direct. Na mimi ningeomba sana watakaofaidika wawe ni vijana wa hapa mtaani, ndio ambao wataandikwa katika kufanya hii kazi yao. Coast National Polytechnic ambayo inafanya certification program. Kwa hivyo kwa hawa vijana wetu ambao tunataka earmark kazi ya kufanywa hapa, kila kitu katika Kenya hii ya taka makaratasi. Kwa hiyo college nataka kusema yule ambaye atakuwa na interest yoyote ile ambayo atakusoma pale mambo ya catering ama mambo yote, aende pale ajifanyie registration, asilipe hata ndururu. Mimi mbunge wenu Badi Twali mtamlipia hiyo.
Right, now let's get sporty. And the Kenya Under-20 Women's National Football Team, the Rising Starlets, are intensifying preparations ahead of back-to-back FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Tanzania. Coach Jacqueline Juma has trimmed the provisional squad to 32 players as the team continues training in a residential camp, aiming to fine-tune strategies and fitness ahead of the crucial fixtures. The Rising Starlets earned their spot in the third round qualifiers following a convincing 5-4 aggregate victory over Ethiopia. Kenya will host the first leg of on February 7th of 2026 at Ulinzi Sports Complex before traveling to Tanzania for the return fixture on February 14th of 2026.
Yeah, mi niko prepared, niko physically, niko best. Juu zoezi tumekuwa tukipewa iko juu vile inafaa. Mentally tuko sawa na tumepata support, so hakuna kitu tunaogopa. Tanzania lazima ilale tu chini.
Kwa majina naitwa Lona Faith Wasike. Nimemaliza Butere Girls High School. Camp imekuwa poa since tukuje. Hii ni wiki ya pili. Tumetrain poa. Kocha anakaka vitu mingi. Pia sisi tunajipush. Camp imekuwa poa. Tunaendelea kupush on tukijua tuko na game ahead of us. Na kitu niko sure tutajikaza kama timu Kenya. Kitu motivate sana. 2024 tulikuwa nacheza under 17, tuliqualify for World Cup. Sasa Tanzania ahead of us. Tunaweza jaribu pia, lakini tunaweza kitu niko sure tuko na teamwork, tuko na unity, tuko na courage, kocha hata on mental strength zetu, na niko sure tukicheza na Tanzania tutashinda game zetu na tuko ready ku qualify for World Cup, kumeka our country proud. Kama mchezaji pressure iko, na niwe mwenyewe ujibelieve na ujiamini zitakuja on our way, lakini niwe kulingana venye utaziteka. Ukitake negative zitaku affect mentally, ukitake positive zitakumotivate. Vitu kama mimi kwa nachukua kila kitu na positive mind, nikitake na negative nitaendelea kudiscourage.
Si rahisi, lakini inalingana vile umeset mentality yako like kama player, because si kila kitu inakuja rahisi. Kama kusema champion ni rahisi, lakini kuwa champion ndio ngumu. So we must fight. Na pia kama tulifika World Cup kama under 17, that means hata under 20 tutafika na tutajikaza juu si easy, lakini we must fight na God mbele every time. First tuko na good coaches wenye wanatusaidia, na pia sisi kama players si kila kitu makocha watatupea, si wenyewe hata our mind pia inatusaidia kusaidia makocha kufikiria like ni kama walichuzwa to right. Sasa wenyewe mentally.
Right, it is exactly that minutes past the top of the hour, and that particular story of the Rising Starlets under 20 wraps up our program here on EBN Prime Edition. Many thanks, of course, keeping us company until this particular minute. I was joined by the ever-vibrant Laura Omondi on the sign language interpretation. My name is Macharia. Have yourself a lovely night, and as always, let's do this again when God says we do.